Papa Podcast presents Students Teaching Students Stoichiometry. Stoichiometry, the study of the amounts of reactants and products involved in chemical reactions. There are 4 basic steps to solve a stoichiometry question. They are to write the balanced chemical equation, convert any given masses to moles, establish ratios using the balanced chemical equation, and lastly to solve the equation. As you can see at the bottom there is a triangle, which is the molar mass triangle, which you will have to use to convert any masses to moles and basically to solve the question by finding a mass. And here's a sample question. Calculate the mass of ferric sulfate to produce 25.6 grams of calcium sulfate. So, first of all, you gotta write the chemical equation. And there it is. And the balanced chemical equation would be there. So, since we got the first step done, we go to the second step. And the second step is to convert any given masses to moles. So then, since we have the mass of calcium sulfate, we're going to use that. We're going to use calcium sulfate to find the number of moles of calcium sulfate. So we found the molar mass of calcium sulfate, which is basically adding all the masses together, and if we look at the molar mass triangle, we're finding moles, so that's the bottom right. So what's left is mass over molar mass, which is 25.6 grams divided by 136.2 grams per mole, which would give us 0.187 moles of calcium sulfate. So next we establish the ratios, and since we have calcium sulfate, it has 3 in the chemical equation, so we'd put that on top of 0.187, and since we're looking for ferric sulfate, we're gonna put a 1 and put the variable x under it, since we're trying to find the number of moles of that. So basically we're gonna cross multiply 0.187 and 1 and 3 and x. So then on one side there would be 3x and the other side 0.187, and then we're gonna move the 3 under 0.187, and we'll get 0.0626 moles of ferric sulfate. And finally, do the last question, which is solve the question. And it is asking to calculate the mass. So as we look at the molar mass triangle again, we cross out the top parts, which would be molar mass times number of moles, and we've just found the number of moles for ferric sulfate. So we write down the equation, find the find the molar mass of ferric sulfate, and multiply that by its number of moles, and we should get 25.06 grams of ferric sulfate. Here's another slide. Calculate the mass of salt generated during the decomposition of 7.35 grams of lithium chlorate. So, first step, write the equation and balance it. There you go. And then convert any given masses to moles, and we have the mass of lithium chlorate, so we'll find the molar mass of lithium chlorate and divide it by 7.35 grams, and the molar mass is 90.4, so once we divide that we'll get 0.081 moles of lithium chlorate. So then third step, establish ratios again, and there you go. And since they're both 2, they'll both counter each other out, so it'll have the same number of moles as lithium chlorate. So the salt, which is lithium chloride, will have the same number of moles as lithium chlorate. Final step, we find the mass of the salt, which is lithium chloride. So we find the molar mass of lithium chloride, which would be 42.4 grams per mole, and multiply by 0.081, and we'll get the final answer of 3.45 grams of lithium chloride. I hope this video helped, and thanks for watching.